Unbelievable job. Was that something? Come on.
Woo!
The only way we can clap is virtually. So make sure you clap like crazy virtually, you guys. That's the most important part. Make it look like the dance party. Louise, incredible. They want to know if they can have some of those scripts. I know people are taking great notes, so we can do it. I mean, when you start thinking about the caliber of a Louise Adrian, who you have no idea, last month her business, which was already gigantic, went up over 64%. And that is a magnificent, monumental number. But if her business went up 64%, you know her check did. And I want you to think about that, because what you want to do, and what I'm trying to do with this round of speakers, and I've already got my eyeballs on the next round, and it is really, really cool, because it's, again, no ambassadors. It's just people ringing the bell. And what I want you guys to do is find the best practices for you. And I'm watching all of you on camera, paying attention, really, really being in this game. And that is so completely and totally exciting. Your faces, I watch it to see if you're like dozing. It's unbelievable how excited you are. This time is going to fly by. So now we're going to get over to a friend of mine, not a friend. He's a kid who just impresses me beyond all measure. Sean's going to introduce him. I'm just going to do the pre-introduction. He is going to bring the rain. I love this kid, most because of the way he is as a grandson. Secondly, the way he is as a son. Thirdly, the way he is as a brother. And the fourth thing, the way he is as a human being. It's wonderful that he's going to be a tremendous network marketer. But that's not going to be Fabian. I can't remember which way he calls it. It changes every month. Here's the deal. This guy is amazing. And the more you know him, the more you love him. And he's never boisterous. He's never arrogant. He's never petulant. He's never condescending. He is one put together bundle of self-esteem. What do you think about that, Sean?
Yeah, one of the things that has most impressed me about Avelia and Lewis and how they raised their boys is that if you've met or talked to or spent time with any of their three children, that you understand that they are kind, that they put people first, that they're taught leadership, that they're motivated to be the very best they can. And this is from a young age, and Fabian's no exception to that. He stands tall. He is a leader among his friends. He stands for what's right. He is well-spoken. He's driven. And that doesn't happen by accident, right? So hats off to the Arriazas who've created a culture in their family where the children are driven to lead families of their own. And Fabian is just building his own business. He's out there sharing the products and the opportunity. He's doing it in a bit of a different way. And I'm excited to hear what he has to say. Fabian, we are ready for you.
Let's go, buddy, man. This is so exciting. Fabian Arriaza, everybody. The younger generation. They're bringing him up now. Hello, Fabian. How are you, buddy? Uh-oh, we can't hear you. Still can't hear you. We'll get you.
Hang on 1 second, sweetie.
Okay, we just got to figure out what's going on with Fabian. You got him unmuted?
He's unmuted.
Hi, Fabian.
Hello, how are you?
There we go.
Great, man. Good to see you.
How are you? Thank you. Go ahead.
No, take it away, man. I know that you have got, you are leading the younger generation. And I'm watching you on the football field. I'm watching you spiritually. I'm watching you as a brother. I'm watching you look me right in the eye right now, which is magnificent. And I am telling you, Fabian, we are so fired up to hear from you. Take it away.
Thank you. I just want to take a quick second to really express my gratitude to, of course, you, Mr. Tom and Denise, to you, Mr. Brown, but really to the ambassadors and who I feel like are the leaders of this company, to Ms. Cheryl Morley, Mr. and Mrs. Fardulis, Dr. Corey, if you're listening to this, thank you. Thank you for being so strong. And of course, I want to give a big thank you to my parents, because without them, none of this would be possible for me and I wouldn't have this amazing opportunity. Now, for those of you that don't know me or don't know me that well, my name is Fabian Arriaza. I graduated from Damien High School in May of 2019. I was 18 at the time. I'm 19 now. But towards the end of my senior year of high school, you know, you have to fill out your college applications and you have to do things like that. And I was sending out my letters. I was receiving my acceptance letters. And I was really thinking to myself, I was like, okay, so what is my purpose, right? What is my goal for going to college? And I thought, okay, like most people, I'm gonna try to go get a degree. Not try, I'm gonna go get a degree, and then I'm going to go and get a job with that degree. But then I thought, okay, what if I don't like what I initially choose, or what if the degree is impacted and I can't get what I want really? So then I also thought, even if I get my degree, I'm gonna have to go and apply for a job. I have to go and interview for something. And what if that man or that woman just doesn't like me? What if we just don't click? And you know, I've always believed that I need to bet on myself, right? That I shouldn't allow someone else's goals and dreams to dictate mine. So then I thought, okay, well, I see what my parents do every day. So about 5, 6 months ago, I sat them down and I said, Mom and Dad, I want to become a professional network marketer. And they were like, you know what, son, being the great and amazing parents they are, of course, they said they're going to support me 100% of the way. But not only did I tell them I want to be a professional network marketer because I saw and I lived in their financial achievements, but more importantly, I saw the security and the time freedom they have to spend with myself and my two younger brothers. And I see every day they wake up purpose filled. And I see every day they help other families and they bring health and wealth to other families. And I hear the stories. And that's something I want to do as well. I love helping people as well. And so when I told my parents that, of course, being the great parents they are, they said, we're going to support you 100% of the way. Now, I've been doing this for a short 5 or 6 months. And what I like to call my network marketing journey has just begun. But in my short time, you know, I've done a lot of studying. I've been out there in the field. And I've come to a realization that MLM for a millennial, MLM for someone, let's say under the age of 28, means something a little different. MLM for a millennial means mindset, loyalty, and mentorship. I know for the majority of us on this call, MLM means multi-level marketing. Now, yes, of course, that is the principle. That's the reason why we're all here. For someone like me, for someone younger coming into this, what could be a scary industry, MLM really stands for mindset, loyalty, and mentorship. Now, I say those three things because those are the three biggest things that longevity really has to offer to someone like me. And those are the three biggest things that kids like us are really looking for. Now, I want to touch base on a little bit of each of those three things. So let's start with the first and with mindset. In order to create a mindset, you have to have something that's called monomaniacal focus. Now, I know the first time I heard the word monomaniacal, I was like, dang, that's like, that was on my SAT. That's like a big word right there, right? But you look it up, and mono means single, and maniacal means to be crazy or obsessed about something. So you have to be crazy about a singular thing to be monomaniacally about anything. So if you're monomaniacally focused, that means you're crazy obsessed with what you're focused on. Now you may ask, what am I going to be focused on then? What is it? Well, for me, the biggest thing that I find that drives me, or the biggest thing that I tell my team is you got to be focused on your why. A lot of kids like us, you know, their why is they just want to help out their parents, or they want to buy their house, or they want to buy a car. I know for me, that was my why. My why was to be able to purchase my first investment property. I know my why was to be able to purchase my first car. For someone a little bit older, their why may their why may be to help out their kids, to put their kids in a private school, to move their family to a better city. So if you're monomaniacally focused on your why, you're gonna just initiate success. And once you start creating success, that's when your business really starts to take off. But when you're monomaniacally focused on your end goal, that's when you create something that's called momentum. And I believe momentum is something huge, not just in business, but in life. You see all these big companies like Apple and Google and Amazon, and you don't really hear about them. You don't really hear about any of these big time influencers. And so they start to create momentum. And, you know, as I study these big time gurus, these big time people, I've noticed something that they all have in common, and they all are momentum creators. They all are able to create their own momentum, which is why they are so in control of their lives, of in their business, because when things may start slipping a little bit, they create that momentum. They get them back on top. Now, you may ask, what's something that I can do to create momentum, right? And something that I found that really helped me was enthusiasm. Now, I feel like enthusiasm isn't talked about enough because some people think, oh, the products may speak for itself, or, oh, you know, I can just show them a flip chart of the comp plan and they should understand it. Like, yes, you know, these are the most amazing products out there. But at the same time, you have to be enthusiastic about what you're talking about. If someone wanted me to buy this canister of Beyond Tangy Tangerine, and they're like, "Oh yeah, it's cool. I don't really like it has vitamins or something in it." Like, no, no one's gonna want to buy into that. Also, because enthusiasm breeds energy, and like my dad says, energy is not sought, bought, or taught. Energy is caught, and people always want to catch on to something. People always want to be a part of something. So if you're enthusiastic about what you talk about, that's what's going to create your momentum. And once you create your momentum, you realize that you're monomaniacally focused, and that's where your mindset comes from. So remember, the first M in MLM is mindset. Now let's move into the L. The L in MLM is loyalty. Now, I'm gonna tell you something a little bit about myself. Some of you probably heard the story from my dad, but at a very young age, I became a martial arts world champion. I'm still a martial arts world champion. I don't mean to brag or boast or anything, but I want to tell you this because I want to tell you the story. At a very young age, when I first started martial arts, when I first joined, I would go to a few tournaments here and there on the weekends, but I wasn't really a part of the culture yet. I wasn't really involved 100%, right? So my parents decided to take me to this tournament in Las Vegas. And I made it to this big stage. I made it to this big ring, and I had to fight this kid named Max. And I look across the ring, and Max was warming up with the sparring coach. Max was throwing kicks that were taller than me. And, my whole life, I've had my mom and dad in my corner. And I turned to my dad, and I was thinking, like, dang, I'm about to get beat up. Like, I can't do any of the things he's doing out there, right? I don't want to go out there and fight him. So I went into the fight already scared. And when I went out there, they said fight, and Max connected like 2-3 times, hit me hard. And I kid you not, I started running around that ring. I did laps around that ring just trying not to get hit. And I got tired, and I was getting hit, and I was in the middle of a fight, right? And I called a timeout. And I don't know how, because I know now you can't call a timeout in a fight, but I called a timeout, and the judge gave me a timeout, and I walked back to my corner, and I was like, "Dad, I don't want to do this anymore. He's hitting me hard. I'm tired of running." And my dad held me. He was like, "Son, are you hurt?" I was like, "I mean, not right now. You put me back out there, I'm gonna probably get hurt, right?" He's like, "No, you gotta go back out there. You gotta finish this fight." Little did I know he was instilling that mindset in me already at such a young age. So I go back out there, and I get beat up, and I lose the match. I come home. The tournament was in Vegas, so it was a long car ride home. And on the way home, I told my parents, "Mom and Dad, I never want to get beat like that again." So when we came home, we came back to my karate studio, and they found me. I don't know how they found this guy either. He is the most amazing, the most awarded sensei. He's not even a sensei, he's a master. His name's Master Pacheco, and he became my fighting coach. And I would work with him, and he would make me do these drills, and he would make me fight these kids, and he would put me through this tough, like rigorous, like course almost. But when I started training with him, that year that I started training with him, I had 90 fights scheduled, and I only lost one. And I met Max again at that same tournament a year later, and I beat him. Now I tell you this story not to brag or boast, but I tell you this story because that is a story about loyalty. I was loyal to my parents. I was loyal to my instructors. I was loyal to Master Pacheco because I trust the process. If I would have given up when I first got hurt, when I first got knocked down, who knows how my mindset would be now, right? Who knows where I'd be right now, because I learned at an early age, I need to trust the process. I need to trust these other people who have been through it. And as I study these big network marketing gurus, as I study people like Holton Buggs or Dexter Yeager, or there's my favorite one, Mr. Tom Chenault, as I study these people, you know, I realized something they all have in common is they're all very loyal. They're all loyal to their companies. They're all loyal to their team. They're all loyal to their downline. And I believe loyalty is a great aspect of life in general, because when you're loyal to something and when you're able to trust the process, even when things get hard, you have to trust the process and keep your eyes on the prize. During this whole time, during this pandemic we're going through, it should just show you that MLM is here to stay. And in order to be in an MLM company, you have to develop a long-term vision. You can't come in here looking to make a quick buck, because that's not how it works. All these other companies are going down. People are getting laid off, but I know Longevity is still pushing strong. I know our Spartan headquarters still gets hundreds, if not thousands of orders a week, and we're out there moving the boxes. But I tell you all this because you need to develop something that's called a long-term vision. You need to develop something that's called a mindset that allows you to create this vision. Because in MLM, you need to have a long-term vision, which is why loyalty is so important. Because in order to create that long-term vision, you can't be jumping around doing different things, just trying to make a quick buck. So remember, the first M in MLM stands for mindset. The L stands for loyalty. Now let's go to the last M. This last M, I believe, is the most important thing to me. And I believe the last M could really be life-changing. And the last M stands for mentorship. Now, I've heard personal stories of when mentors change people's lives. My father, at the age of 20, 23, 24, when he found his first mentor, he always tells me that's when his life changed. Now, I've been blessed with the amazing opportunity that my father is also my mentor, and he's amazing. He's an amazing mentor and an even better father. But something that us millennials or something that kids are always looking for is a mentor. They always want to feel like someone's looking out for them. They always want to feel like they belong to something. And if you can give that to someone, if you can show the value of mentorship, especially to someone my age or a little bit older, man, they're going to buy into whatever you have to offer. And nowadays, it's easy to have a mentor. With social media, you don't need to personally know your mentor. You can look up these big business gurus like Grant Cardone and Gary Vee and Alex Morton. And I know Tom posts multiple times a day. Even my dad posts multiple times a day. You can have these mentors that don't even know you, but you get 30, 40 minutes of free information from them every day. And as long as you're jotting that down, as long as you're making those mental notes, that could be your mentor right there. And if you personally are signing someone up and you offer the value of mentorship, you show them the mentorship that longevity has to offer, man, because a lot of people, especially my age, or just people I feel like in general, want someone to be their eyes and ears as they go into this battle that could be multi-level marketing, because at first it could be a scary thought. But if you offer someone your eyes and ears, if you say, we're going to do this together, if you make them feel like they're a part of a culture, if you make them feel like they're a part of something, they're going to buy into you and they'll go straight into battle with you. So let's remember, next time you're out there, MLM means something a little different now. MLM means mindset, loyalty, and mentorship. I just want to thank you for giving me this time. I hope you guys have a great rest of your Saturday, and may God bless you.
Oh my gosh.
What just happened?
Come on.